Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today, we are doing the star sign Zodiac. Hooray! And we're just doing general readings for the star sign Zodiac. We're using the bone runes and the Robin Wood Tarot, which is a very beautiful tarot deck. So you know your sign. I'm going to put all the signs in the timestamps and you can go down and click the one that is your sign. Check out your sun and moon and rising signs as well if you are interested. And let's get at it. Let's get to it. I'll see you there. Bye. Hello, earth signs. So the first sign I am going to be doing is Taurus. So let's first draw a card from the beautiful Robin Wood Tarot. And Taurus, you get the world today, so things are very looking open for you today. Let's see what the runes have to say. Ooh, interesting in comparison to the card that you got. Let's do a quick little splash reading for the Tauruses. So your central issue here is we have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland, and reversed it has to do with letting go of things that are no longer serving you. As well, it may speak to a feeling of coming out of your comfort zone, and which is certainly going to be like this, and sort of feeling unseated perhaps, but mostly it's really about letting go of things that no longer serve you and coming out of your comfort zone, which certainly the card would agree with. So leading up to this, there was a long period of things just not feeling like they were moving. We have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. It has to do with standstill and things not moving, and clarity as well. So you might have had a moment of clarity where you're like, okay, you know what? I know what I want. I know what I don't need in my life anymore, and just letting go of that. So what will help you is focus. We have Hagalaz reversed. Hagalaz is the rune of fire. It's the torch also, and it's sort of the, I just realized this is poking out there. There we go. It's the rune of fire. It's something that starts small, like a little ember, and turns into a blaze, expands. Reversed, it's honing of focus. So your focus is what's going to really help you with this. You're going to really turn your focus on this, and that's what's going to help you the most in this moment. What isn't going to help is we have Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is the warrior god, and his rune, well, Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. And his rune has to do with duty and responsibility, but also picking up and driving forward. And what this is saying is, like, this is not the time to lay down your sword. You want to be picking up. You want to be moving forward with this. Don't give up on this. As well, you want to be, don't worry about tending your inner duties as well. That's another thing. And also don't shirk your responsibilities and duties. I mean, you're doing all of this, but, you know, it's engaging. But at the same time, don't leave out what you need to be doing that is tending your duties. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to your focus, and your focus is going to be like, okay, this is what needs to get done. And what this will lead to is great enlightenment in terms of illumination. We have Dagas, which is the breaking of the day. It's the dawn. It's basically everything will become very, very, very much more clear. You'll have a much clearer picture of everything once you go through this. So that, Taurus, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next sign I am going to be reading is Virgo. So Virgo, here is your card. Oh, Virgo, you have a lot of things on your mind that you're sort of dreaming about, daydreaming about. Ooh, that's interesting. Right now, and that's very exciting. Very exciting. Just lots of things. I mean, you have lots of options. You have lots of potential. So central issue for the runes here is Hagalaz reversed. Hagalaz is the rune of the fire. It has to do with something starts small like an ember and expands into a blaze, but reversed, especially on the path line, it has to do with where you're really starting to hone your focus. So you've really narrowed down what your focus is to about 7 things, but now is the time to really either turn your focus on these 7 things, which is if you've narrowed it down to these, or just find one and focus on it. So what led up to this is you're feeling pretty comfortable. You're feeling very secure right now, which is great. You finally are. You finally feel very secure and in a home sort of space. We have Othala. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. It's upright, so it's basically you're coming from this from, it's like, okay, now everything's settled. Now that I'm secure, now everything is feeling, I'm comfortable. I am comfortable, not uncomfortable. Feeling as though you are comfortable. Now you can turn your focus on these things that you've been dreaming about. What will help is, weirdly, stillness. We have Isa, which is the rune of ice, and it's stillness but also clarity. So you're going to want to take a moment of stillness while you're focusing and just let the clarity happen. And that's what's going to help you the most in this moment. What isn't going to help is, I'm going to read this two ways. One, you're going to be waiting for a blazing answer. This is Dagaz, it's the rune of the breaking of the day. It's going to be like this huge overwhelm of, you're waiting for this moment where it's going to choose for you. At this point, this is what you've got. Any one of these has all the potential of what will fulfill you if you move forward with it. So it's going to be a subtle thing, and it might just be you picking it. And it's like, you're going to have to wait for, be still and let that clarity happen of which one your spirit is calling you to. As well, you may be worried that doing this is going to overwhelm your entire field of vision. Like, you're worried about becoming blinded by the light of what you're doing, and maybe even just anything else coming in and overwhelming you. So you're worried about overwhelm, basically. So if any of this starts to be a problem, bring yourself back up to stillness and let the clarity come through that way. This decision is going to be very subtle difference, and you're going to be sort of drawn to it. There's going to be just something your spirit's going to draw you to. And what this will lead to is great output, like great harvesting. With it, we have the harvest rune. This is Yira, it's the rune of the harvest. It has to do with year, it has to do with time as well. But it's going to be definitely time well spent and a very viable harvest that you're going to get out of doing whichever one you go to, or all of them if you go to them. So that, Virgos, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. The next sign I am going to read is Capricorn. So Capricorn, here is your card from the Robin Hood deck. Beautiful Page of Swords. You're thinking about starting something to do with sort of driving, just taking your first steps towards something that has to do with energy and possibly communication and ways of thinking. It's very exciting. Let's see what the runes have to say about it. Ooh, a couple of them at once. That's lovely. There's Yira again. Oh my goodness. Urus Reversed has made an appearance in all three of the readings that I have done so far today. So anyway, what will help here is basically become heart focused. This is Laguz, it's the rune of the lake. It has to do with all the great watery things like emotion, intuition, and heart. Basically, this is saying what's going to help you is just bring yourself into your heart space and let that carry you forward. What led up to this is a couple things. One, you've been having some great output. You've actually seen the fruits of your labors very, very strongly. This is the harvest rune. It's Yira. It has to do with time as well. So you feel like there's, seasons and cycles, and you've just basically, you're having one or you have just had one and you want to keep creating. So get yourself in your heart space and move forward with that. What will help is focus. We have Urus Reversed. Urus is the fire rune. Reversed, it has to do with something honing to a point or honing focus. That's what's going to help you the most. So get heart focused, but also get focused. Just basically let yourself focus on what you're moving forward with. The seasons are in play, so this is not going to be a forward drive forever. Oops, sorry, I smacked my beloved camera. So moving forward, you're following the seasons. You still have energy for this, so you're going to basically be focusing to bring through as much as you can. What doesn't help is we don't want to end the journey early. We have Rytho Reversed. It's the riding rune. It's the journey rune. It's reversed on the lower line, so do not end it early. You still have some time before the end of the season. Keep creating. Keep bringing things out. Bringing things through. Maybe start something new. And what this will lead to is we have Isa, so I'm assuming this is winter since we're going on the season's whole thing, and there's going to be a creative winter moment for you coming as well. So that's sort of, you're getting as much done and is bringing as much through as possible before this happens. In winter is clarity. We have Isa's ice, so it's going to be, there is going to be a stop, but you're going to want to carry through right until that stop. So and then this will be a good time to just have a fallow period of time where you're going to be not as driving forward creating as much as you were, but you're going to have some clarity in that time and some stillness and solace. So that, Capricorns, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, air signs. So the first air sign I am reading today is Aquarius. So let's see what your card is from the Robin Hood deck. We have the Knight of Swords. Very experienced, driving forward, going into bringing something through that has to do with energy and communication and thought and good stuff of that. Well, it's all good stuff. So on your horsey. And what do the runes have to add? Let's see. Okay. And finally, for the splash. Very nice. So, you have made a decision. You have kind of an agreement going on. We have Gabo. This is the rune of the gift. It has to do with an exchange, and it has to do with sometimes a one-on-one relationship, so that might be an issue. But I think mostly I'm seeing this as an agreement or a decision or a goal that you have made. Leading up to this, we have Urus Reversed. Now, I'm going to read this a couple ways. First of all, Urus is the rune of strength and health. It's the wild ox. It's the aurochs, made famous from cave paintings. And reversed, it has to do with inner strength, but also it has to do with maybe not feeling as strong or not feeling as healthy as you would like to. So you've made a decision and you've made an agreement with yourself, maybe with one other person, but basically that's what's going to help you move forward with, you know what you're doing, you haven't done it maybe in a while, but now you want to ride forward and just get this energy going. What will help you is we have Ansu's Reversed. Ansu's is the rune of communication and manifestation, mostly communication. Reversed on the upper line, it has to do with silence and listening and communicating with your inner voice, whatever that is. You know, you can have, you know, your inner voice, your higher self, your spirit guides, any of that kind of thing. Just listen to your inner voice, the good, helpful ones, and and that will be what will help guide you forward in this. What won't help is we have Lagus Reversed in the lower line. Now, Lagus is the rune of the lake. It has to do with water and all the watery things, emotion, intuition, and heart. It is reversed and it's on the lower line. So I'm going to read this also two ways. First of all, do not discount your emotions. You may be tempted to do so. Second of all, you may feel, you may be worried about unpleasant emotions. That's possible. And you may also be doubting your emotions, which is also a possible thing. All of these things will drag you down if you let them. So if that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up here where you're in communication with your inner voice, you're listening, and you're like being silent so that you can hear it. That will help you with this agreement, decision, or goal. And what this will all lead you to is a greater sense of home and comfort and security. This is Othala. It's the rune of the home and the homeland. Has to do with home. So basically all of this path will lead you to a greater sense of home and a greater sense of security and solace. And that, Aquarius, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next sign I am reading is Gemini. So let's start with a card from the Robin Hood deck. So here you are, inspiration is coming to you. You think you know everything that you have in play, but there's actually something that's going to come and surprise you, and that's really exciting. And even better, oh my gosh, wait until I tell you what this rune is. Good Gemini. Alrighty. So, your central issue right now is joy. You are actually seeking and very much in consideration of joy. And maybe this is something you haven't felt like you've had in a while. The man under the tree certainly seems to have not had the joy that he was hoping for in a while. So maybe this thing that's coming in now is just what he was wanting, this joy that he was looking for. Leading up to this, you've had a lot of situations where you've had to sort of drop everything to tend your needs, not so urgently, but in terms of, this is Nauthiz, it's the rune of need. It's upright, so it's just basically you've been going around tending your needs. You've had to make sure that your needs are tended, and this has sort of put things on the back burner that maybe keep you happier than you are right now. So right now you're saying, you know what, I've done all this, I need to be happy at this point. I need some happiness. So this is coming in. What will help is, I'm going to read this a couple ways. One, we have Gabo. It's the rune of the gift and the exchange. It is sometimes having to do with one-on-one relationships. So if there's someone that you are close with, friend, family, anybody, just somebody, you know, with whom you are kindred, make those connections, have one-on-one conversations that will lift your spirits, and that will help. Also, make an agreement and decision with yourself, set a goal towards this happiness that you seek, and that will help you. And what won't help you is, we have, I think this is Hagalaz, and we go through this every time I use this rune set. I have to see, because one of them, it's either Hagalaz or Sovilo. They do really weird. Oh, it's Sovilo, okay. Because Hagalaz looks normal. I'm going to have to make a note for myself, Gemini. Because every time I see this one, it's so weirdly done. It's not really a proper Sovilo. So anyway, Sovilo, it's the rune of the sun, and it has to do with source energy and also with like energy. So you're worried that you won't have the energy that you need to go through with this and to maybe pursue this, because you've spent a lot of energy tending needs recently. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to, you know what, I don't need to use any energy to plan something, and I don't need to use any energy to pick up the phone or send a text or an email, and just, this doesn't take much to do that. So what's going to help you help you hone in on your happiness and your joy is make an agreement or decision to move forward towards your joy, but also to connect with one-on-one to help yourself raise your spirits. And what this will lead to is, we have Berkana reversed. Berkana is the rune of the birch tree. It has to do with birth and beginnings. It is reversed on the path line. So what I'm going to say is, internally, you are beginning something new. Internally, you are birthing something inside. And this is going to be totally towards your goal of happiness. This is sort of like an internal thing. As well, maybe there was something that you were beginning that you need to put on pause at this stage, but I think really it's more the first thing. Berkana also has to do with yin identity, so maybe this is something inside that's going to be like part of a new you that's arising, that you're going to start at this point. So that, Gemini, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye! So the next sign I am reading is Libra. So Libras, what do we have for Libra? We have the Ace of Wands, which you saw in the opening shot. I promise you I shuffled these. So let's see, Libra, what it is that the runes have to say to clarify the Ace of Wands, which has to do with beginning something new, that has to do with communication, but also will, something that is your will, and driving forward, to bring your will into being, something that you are willing into being. So what your central issue is, as shown by the runes, is we have Berkana reversed, which is totally cool. You're beginning something. Berkana reversed is the birch tree rune. It has to do with beginnings, birth, and it is reversed on the path line, on the center. It's the central issue. So it basically is something internal that you are starting the process of birthing. Leading up to this, we have Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. So you're actually coming to this from a place of security, of comfort. You feel worthy of it as well. You probably have material worth enough to do this. So you've started to incubate this beginning. And it's also a new you, because Berkana is the yin. Berkana also has to do with yin identity. So it's sort of internally a new you developing. What will help is we have Yira. Yira is the rune of the harvest. It also has to do with time. So it's sort of like you're bringing things through, but also there, whatever it is that you're working on, just keeping in mind that there's a season for it. It's not going to be a forever bringing forward thing like that you're beginning. It's not going to be, you know, forever. It's basically right now is the time for this. If it's great, enjoy it. If it's not, remember it's just a short time in the grand scheme. What doesn't help is at the same time as it feels like it may be a short or long time, it's going to feel like it's going to be taking a lot longer than you want it to. You're going to be very impatient. We have Ivaz, it's the rune of patience and slow development. Slow growth, it is what's going to drag you down. You're going to feel like this is taking forever. It's not. If you start to feel like that, bring yourself back up here. It's like it is not going to be forever. And I'm bringing things through even as I do this. And what this will lead to is great joy. We have Vunyo as the next step on the path. So you're coming to a place of great joy with this new drive towards this new beginning and bring your will, something new to do with your will, willing something into being. So that, Libra, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, fire signs. So, the first fire sign I am reading is Aries. Aries, you are dealing with some things that you don't have to be. Aries, you have the Devil card. You seem to have locked yourself into something that is not in your best interests. I'm sorry to say. But let's see what the runes say, because the runes will give you a solution, or at least guide you towards the light towards which you are reaching. So right now you are feeling overwhelmed. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. It's like you've had this great illumination. There's this, something has come to your mind of, oh, in fact, that's the truth, and now I know it, and now it's right in my face, and these really do feel like chains, even though there's treasure involved, and what am I going to do about it? Leading up to this, there was a lot of great chaos. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm, and it has to do with chaos and the uncontrolled uncontrollables, or at least you felt as though they were uncontrolled uncontrollables, but perhaps they were less uncontrollable than you think. So what will help at this point, now that you've had this realization that these are chains you can completely remove and you can just walk to the door? Well, we have Ivaz. Ivaz is the rune of patience and slow development. So be patient with yourself, first of all. It's still a long way to the door. So even if you are now aware that these are chains that you can take off, you're not going to be able to immediately get out of this space that you're in. There's a lot of steps, and just being aware that there's a lot of steps and sort of savoring every step, that's what's going to help you on your way out. What doesn't help is we have Pertho. Pertho is the rune of fate and surprise and the lot box, and this revelation that you've had, this illumination, can immobilize you. It can basically, if you let it, it can drag you down to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, all along this, and I was doing this, and then you're so busy stressing and anxietying over this that you don't remember that this realization told you can get out of that. And so if that starts to be the case, go, you know what, I'm just going to take the next step that I need to take towards that door. And what this will lead to is a greater ability to sort of shape your own reality, your own life, your own surroundings. We have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing. Ing is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god, and his rune has to do with active creation. So you are going to be doing this one step at a time, but shortly after you even start, you're going to be like, I can shape this. I can shape what I have around me. I can shape my life. I do have control over this. And this is a big realization for you. You're like, you know what? Nobody can make these decisions for me. People have been, and I've been letting them, but they shouldn't, because it's my life. And so that is what your next step is, where you're going to be much stronger in that. And that, Aries, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next sign I am reading is Leo. Leo lions are having a lovely Leo lion time in their lovely Leo lion family. You have a very happy home right now, or at least you are having that in mind very strongly. So either you have it or you want it. And it looks good. So let's see what the runes have to say about it, because it is sort of in the clouds. So maybe some of you are dreaming of this and this is your goal, and some of you are in it and are thinking about what you can do while you're in it. So your central issue for the runes is Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god, and his rune has to do with active creation. So it's not just that you have this around you. If you just had it around you and did nothing, you would stagnate. And what you want to do is continue to grow it and continue to create it and continue to develop it. And what led up to this is we have Avaz. Avaz is the horse. Is that the cat? I think the cat is perhaps around, or maybe not. Avaz is the horse. The horse rune has to do with movement, but also with spirit. And it looks like there's been a connection with spirit in this, where you're sort of bringing, it's sort of, you've become aware of what actions you can take, what creativity you can have, and how you can create this to be continually shining and a great life, which it already is. Now, what will help you here, we have Ivaz not reversed. You cannot reverse Ivaz. We have Ivaz. Ivaz is the yew tree rune. It has to do with patience and slow growth. So just be patient. This is a long road, and embrace the long road, because the long road is full of joy. And and you're going to be taking this a step at a time. What doesn't help is you're going to feel like some of it is going to feel like a chore. We have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. Yeah, some of it is going to feel like a chore, even if it's part of your joy. It's part of your happiness, where you're creating this life. If you let it feel like a chore, it will drag you down and you won't be able to enjoy this. Bring yourself back up to here, where you're embracing every step of it. You're going to enjoy every moment of it. And that's what's going to help you the most, where you're continuing to create this reality for yourself. And what this will lead to is a great sense not only of joy, but of deep inner joy. The joy goes all the way down. And that's lovely. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. The next sign I am going to read is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, what do we have? We have a King of Wands. Wow. And a cute little salamander. So you are basically moving forward with your will at the moment. You have these things that you want to do, and you are shiningly moving forward with it, impervious to fire, because you are a fire sign. What your central issue is with the runes is we have Ansuz. Ansuz is the rune of communication and manifestation, so you certainly are doing that as well. Communication is big. You can see he's even like gesturing as though he's speaking. So this is something not only that you are willing into the world, but you're communicating it. Leading up, there was a lot of mess. We have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of hailstorm, and it has to do with chaos and the uncontrolled uncontrollables, and everything is kind of like flying around. You are now stepping forward out of that with a story to tell and bringing something into the world. And what will help is, for you, this is blazing constantly. This is filling you where you are communicating it, and this is always there. This is Dagaz, it's the breaking of the day, it's the dawn, and it's just filling you, and you are full with it, and you are blazing it out just as it blazes into you. And this is what's going to help you communicate, is just tapping into this. What doesn't help is we have Thurisaz. Thurisaz is the rune of the challenge. It has to do with, it's like a gateway or a thorn or a giant, and it's basically a challenge. It is upright, so it's not an impossible challenge, but it's a challenge all the same, and you do feel a bit daunted by it. When you think of this as a challenge, it can drag you down. So if you start to see it as a challenge, bring yourself back up to, no, you know what, it's easy. It's not the challenge that I'm my mind is trying to make this out to be. It's easy. I just tap into this and the words flow out of me just like this sunlight flows out of the sun. So that will carry you forward, and what this will lead to is you will have brought forth a great harvest from this. This will flow out into the world and nourish the world. So that's very exciting. This is Yura, it's the rune of the harvest. So it's time, but also it's the harvest. So you're just, all of this, you're bringing things through, Sagittarius, and it is a good thing. It is going to nourish many people. So that, Sagittarius, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, water signs. So the first water sign we are doing is Pisces. Hello, Pisces. Let's see what we have. We have a Knight of Cups. So you're riding forward with your emotions in hand, and you're basically, this is something you're experienced with, so you know what you're doing. You know how to carry forward with your emotions. You've got emotion around you, you're riding it, and you're riding a horse that has to do with emotions, so your spirit is also very well versed in riding over emotions. You're protected, you're all good, you're riding forward. Let's see what the runes have to say. Joy! That's good. That's good. Your central issue is joy. Okay, very nice. Very nice, Pisces. So your central issue is joy. You're riding forward in this joy. Leading up to this, there has been a period of stillness. We have some frozen over times. We have Isa, which is the rune of ice. It's like things have not been moving forward, things have been stuck, things have been frozen, but you are now riding, the water has melted and you are now riding forward in joy. What will help is you feel very much worthy of this. You have Fehu, it's the rune of wealth and worth. It is upright, so it's just you feeling very rich, you're feeling very confident and secure in this. So you can ride forward in joy, and this will help you ride forward joyfully, is that you have all the means you need to make this happen. What doesn't help is you're afraid of unpleasant surprises. We have Pertho reversed. Pertho is the rune of the lot box, and it has to do with surprises and fate and luck, and it's reversed and it's on the lower line. So you are afraid of the revelation of something that was always there, but that you didn't know about, that will stop you in your tracks. And will sort of drag you down from this state of feeling worthy. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to reminding yourself that you are worthy, you are worthy of this, you do have the worth and the wealth to go forward with this, with joy. And what this will lead you to is a great revelation. It will lead you to a great illumination of pretty much everything around you. Everything will become clearer. So that, Pisces, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye! So the next sign I am reading is Cancer people. It's the Cancer people. Let's see what the Cancer people have. I've been seeing a lot of kings. I think there's only one king I haven't seen yet today. Cool. Oh no, wait a minute. It's not kings. I've seen knights, I've seen pages. Please disregard. Okay, Cancer. Cancer people. What do the runes have to say for you? Okay, interesting. King of Swords, Cancer people. Alrighty. Alrighty-o. So King of Swords, somebody that's driving forward, who's not driving forward, that's the knight. Standing very strong in energy and in thought and communication, and basically able to stand their ground with that. Nice cloak. Now, what the runes are talking about is, which actually balances this, is we have a central issue of Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity and your place in it. Not like your place, but like where you feel you belong. And it is reversed, and it's on the central issue. So basically, you are standing on your own, strong in the midst of humanity that may not always be standing with you. In this particular moment, you may be the only one standing the way that you are, and that's fine because you are very strong with it, and you have the sword and you are the king of it. Leading up to this, it was a long road. We have Ivaz. Ivaz is the rune of the yew tree. It's patience and slow growth. You've been in and out of worlds, and you've come to this point where you know that the way you are standing is not going to be something that everybody's going to agree with, but that doesn't matter because you have to stand this way. You have to take this stand. What will help is we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing. Ing is the fertility god. Ing is another name for Frey. And this rune has to do with active creation. So number one, creating. Creating is going to help you just solidify your place, like solidify where you feel you belong and solidify your note in the song. As well, this is very much, yeah, you're creating your reality, you're creating your surrounding. It's like maybe the world doesn't have room for you, so you will make that room. Maybe the world doesn't understand that the way you are standing is fine. So make that standing rooted solidly so that everybody sees, oh yes, that's part of what the natural song is. Which it is, but you know. What doesn't help is it's going to feel like a lot of work. It's going to feel like there's a lot you have to drop everything to tend. This is Nauthiz, it's the rune of need, it is reversed and it's on the lower line. So you're going to worry about that this is like so much. Like everybody else has it easy and I have to do everything. I have to work twice as hard just to have this. That's actually, that can drag you down if you let it. If that starts to happen, bring yourself back up to this, because if you're focusing on it and if you're working on it, then it's not going to seem like it's very long and it's not going to seem like hard work because it's what you're doing and what you're engaged in and you're all about that. Just pull that cloak up and you're in the stars. It's awesome. So what this will all lead to is the fulfillment of your goal. You have Gebo, which is the rune of the gift. Has to do with exchanges, also agreements, decisions, and goals. And I see this as, moving forward through this, that this will help you reach your goal. All of this work and hard travel and all this hard work you're doing is going to lead to a goal, your goal. So you're going to reach that. So that, Cancer people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. And the last water sign of the session is Scorpio. So Scorpio people, what is your card? Your card is, hesitating over a decision, but you've already made the decision. You're hesitating over a decision that you've already basically made. You haven't admitted to yourself that you've made this decision yet, but you already know your answer. So, moving forward, what do the runes have to say about this? How can the runes clarify this? Nice. So, central issue is agreements, decisions, and goals. We have Gebo. Gebo's the rune of the gift. It has to do with an exchange. Sometimes it has to do with one-on-one relationship, but for the purpose of considering this is a decision, this is decisions, it's going to be about decisions. So it's a decision that's been weighing on your mind. But keep in mind, the card says you've already kind of made your decision. You've already got it. You just haven't admitted this yet. You haven't let yourself admit it yet. Like your heart's already made the decision. Leading up to this, we have Fehu. Fehu's the rune of wealth and worth. And reversed, it has to do with, which it is, it's reversed. It has to do with inner wealth, inner worth. It's confidence. It also has to do with maybe you haven't felt as worthy as you would like to, or maybe you don't have the wealth that you would like to have. Mostly though, I'm seeing this as you've had a surge of self-esteem, you've had a surge of confidence, and you're moving towards this decision. So this decision that you've been thinking about, it's just kind of, and it is overwhelming, and we'll get to that. What will help you is let your joy guide you. We have Vunyo, it's the rune of joy, and it's basically what's going to help you the most. Which of these decisions will bring you the most joy? And that's why you've already made this decision, because you know which one of these is going to bring you the most joy. Now what won't help, what will not help, is we have Sovilo. Sovilo is the rune of the sun. You're sort of overwhelmed by both. Like both of these are blazing decisions. Like both of these are very, very shiny. They're shiny and they blaze in your eyes and they fill your entire field of vision, but only one of them is going to bring you that amount of joy. So both of them are like, I'm good, and they both are good. but one of them you already know will bring you more joy. So what this will lead you to is Avaz. Avaz is the rune of the horse. The horse has to do with movement, but also spirit. So I'm going to read this two ways. What this will all lead you to is forward movement, because you will finally have made a decision and you'll be able to ride forward, well, gallop forward with that. But also it's a greater connection with your spirit. You're going to be riding forward with your spirit because you have made the choice based on joy. So that, Scorpio, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Ophiuchus! It's Ophiuchus time! So we're going to leave the snaky out because the snaky is the serpent that the serpent bearer has. And we're going to do Ophiuchus reading. And so what is your card? Your card is, right now, the Ophiuchus is worried about things and sort of doesn't know what they don't know, and is like not seeing the whole picture and really bothered by that and feeling poorer for that and also a bit cut up. But this is sort of like a worrying time, so let's see what the runes have to say for you, Ophiuchus. Yes, some stillness happening. Right. Okay, interesting. Ophiuchus, well, I wish I could say this is going to be easy, but we're going to move forward and we're going to make this as easy as possible. So, sneaky. So, Ophiuchus, so right now you sort of feel like the world is full of danger and you can't see it, but you feel like it's there. So, you can't see it very well. So right now your central issue is we have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. It's standstill. It's feeling stuck. It's feeling frozen. Leading up to this, we have Urus Reversed. Urus is the rune of emotion and intuition and heart. It's water. It's the lake. Reversed, it has to do with a couple things. First of all, maybe you feel like you can't trust your feelings. Maybe you've been having a lot of negative feelings. But also you're trying to seek your inner heart. Mostly though, I'm thinking this is like negative emotions and you just feel you've got so many negative emotions that you're frozen now. It's frozen you. So what will help is you see this, you see this part of this, and you see this. That's the same thing. We have Hagalaz. It's the rune of the dawn. It's the breaking of the day. And look at the light breaking through in the clouds in the picture. So that's basically it. That's there. Focus on that. That's what's going to help get you through this. What isn't going to help is we have Othala reversed. You feel very unseated at the moment. You feel very much out of your comfort zone. The Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. It is reversed and it's on the lower line. So you feel like you're very much outside of your comfort zone right now. You feel like you've had so many negative emotions that you can't even move. You can't even feel like you can't even trust yourself. Look to the light. Look to the light. The light that is breaking through, the light that is always there. Even if it's got cloudy, it's behind the clouds. Even if you can't see it, it's there. So look to that light. Even if you can't see it, trust that it is there. And what this will lead you to is Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. It has to do with tending your needs. And the first thing you're going to be able to do once you move forward again, because once you have light to see by again, is you're going to go, okay, we're going to make things better around here. We're going to make things more habitable. And then you're going to go around in your life and you're going to fix things. You're going to do the dishes and you're going to tidy up and you're going to throw out the garbage and everything's going to be better after that. So good luck, Ophiuchus. I know you can do it. I know we can do it actually because I'm an Ophiuchus too. So anyway, there you go, Ophiuchus. That's your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.